distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln, downtown Haymarket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weekends. This is The Breeze. I'm Harrison running the ones and twos. As always, we got the host, DP and Haas. Haas streaming in, DP in studio. A little bit more of a sorrow Sunday than last time after Husker lost. Sunday felt a little slower this morning. I know it's not as much traffic. I think town of Lincoln all kind of goes through it. But nonetheless, Big Ten West still on the line. You got to look through. Wisconsin, Minnesota also both take a loss, but we won't get into that just yet. Haas, how's it going today, man?
Good. Happy Sunday, guys.
Haas don't care about Michigan State. Haas don't care about Michigan State. Like this is their crown jewel is all this dude consumed yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
Crown jewel was it. Like that. Listen, he woke up, and the first thing on his mind was, "Oh, I didn't oversleep crown jewel, did I?" Right, like that was the day. And then after it, he went back and reevaluated. Right, he went fully through every bit of it. So, like in full disclosure, yeah, Haas probably wants to go crown jewel. What's happening with you, brother?
Actually, I was just trying to keep one of my teams undefeated and then see how many goals one of my kids could score. But it's okay.
See that his daughter's playing, right? He's beating up on pre-adolescents in Northern Virginia. Like poor kids. I listen. How much ice do you go through post Saturday workouts and ball games? Like I worry about the kids, man. I know they're out there doing this. Like they're going through it.
Yeah. Hey, there's so much to talk about. We could talk about, hey, when DP, I think you're at a UFC match, we talked about Alabama winning out and then still being in the college football playoff. Mm-hmm. That might be coming to fruition. The thing in Lincoln that I want to talk about as a coach, how do you win or lose one-score games? So we're going to talk about that. There's a little bit of crown jewel, but it's not as exciting as college football right now. So we'll talk about college football a lot more. But the other thing that was exciting in the last week, there were a couple trades that happened in professional sports. So I want to know which trade was most exciting from last week or which trade was most game-changing. It could have been NBA or NFL. And then the last thing.
I don't care about trades, Hoss.
You don't care about trades? You don't care about...
I don't. Listen, if you know anything about me, one, recruiting is the most over-shared, over-discussed. Transfer portal, over-discussed, over-considered. Listen, at the end of all this stuff, it's about coaches coaching and players making plays. We get like I don't need all the popcorn. That's what I consider all that stuff. Popcorn. It's fine in a bite and a nibble, but it has no nutritional value, and it has nothing to do with the outcome of anybody's day. Nothing. Like whatever trades happen, it's one of 50 that happen, and none of them are going to affect who wins the title in said sport. What was the last transfer that led to? Do you think about it?
Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors.
In the transfer portal.
Okay, transfer portal.
Think that you can only you can go Joe Burrow but there's one of one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Cam Newton leaving Florida and going to Auburn. But we're not talking about those transfer portals. We're talking about in most places that a Heisman Trophy winner really still can't guarantee a winning. Your best player doesn't guarantee it. It has to be more than that. And so in the NBA, when it's trades, I'm like, meh. Okay, you're wearing a different jersey, which means there's no loyalty to it. There's no emotional connection. There's no emotional connection to it.
Well, I mean, that's why I think the more young kids today, they're fans of players, not fans, or fans of players, not teams.
Well, but I mean,
because that's been the product. That's what you've been following.
Well, that's what you're being sold, and that's what's being pushed. But is that really of value? Think from a Nebraska standpoint that if you're rooting for players more than you're rooting for Nebraska, that's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to feel.
Yeah.
Right? And then it becomes, okay, what are you loyal to? Because you can't be loyal to a player because that player could go to somebody you proposed is an opponent, an enemy. What do you do then? And if you're old enough, that's what happens. That's what happens is your favorite player, the universe laughs at you, and it puts them in a place with somebody you don't want to root for. So it's weird to me to put that much energy in trades, transfer portal. Listen, if your coach leaves, what that tells me is that he was not. You cannot be a coach open to moving. Tom Osborne coached at one. He coached one place.
Mm-hmm.
How likely is that to happen ever again?
It's rare because we fire them even if they do want to stay at times. So.
Right. I mean, right. So I mean, get to the people side of it. The people side of it is what should matter. And then you tell me as a community, like I root for Washington as a community, but the players are transient now.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't root for the team or the organization because the personalities and the things that they do aren't really loyal to me.
Speaking of transient, with the Bears and the 49ers getting the bookends from the Commanders, those trades are going to have a major impact for the future. Now, the Bears, I think, they dropped the ball a little bit, but not signing their own guy first with Jackson being such a good player. And they're like, we'll deal with you later. We're going to bring in Sweat, and we're going to pay him a lot of money. We're going to pay him a lot of money. So I don't know what's up with the Bears and their front office. That needs a little shakeup.
But that's the real problem. That's literally what I'm talking about. That you can take great players and put them in bad organizations, expecting that thing is going to override the systemic badness of those organizations. Like the Bears let you know right away, it doesn't matter how many talented players we have. We don't know how to manage them. We don't know how to take care of them. You're not loyal to the people in your building, and you're more loyal to the new next thing.
I'll stop you when you start lying.
Right, like that's like that. Well, what would that? I mean, you can say for
every
every bad organization that people root for every whether it's a bad college situation, bad pro thing, bad high school thing, that ultimately it's the people at the top of the system that either get it right or get it wrong. And here's the thing: we forget at a very base level, the majority of people in sports get it wrong.
Yes.
Like you can name the number of teams, as we talk about all the time. There's a handful of teams that are legitimately playing for national titles or Super Bowl championships or NBA championships. That's it. Like we didn't even know how to process the Texas Rangers. Like we only we don't even care. We're not emotionally invested in it.
Yeah, it was the worst World Series viewing wise.
Why? Because we're watching strangers, and there are people who, for the love of the game, watch. Right? You just want to see whatever baseball is being played, and if it's O Street versus 18th Street, right? If you're connected to those, you'll watch it because it's baseball. But the reality is, you're not as vested as if it's your street versus your worst enemy's street.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole humanity thing, I just don't understand why I get the distraction that people need. And I get the okie doke that organizations and universities put out there for people to chase. But it's like, oh, you're just a cat in a laser. You're just chasing the latest, brightest thing. And it has nothing to do with what it's supposed to be all about, which is it winning? Is it community? Because if it's community, you leaving. Mm-hmm. Look, what do you say to your friend or your mate if they say to you, I'm only as loyal to you as my next best option?
DP sounds like he doesn't really like daylight savings time.
I get the same 24 hours in sunlight and daylight saving time as not. It's the same 24. Like here's my thing. There were some great sports stories and things that happen, and I'm always intrigued when a less talented, less known, less famous, less familiar person gets their moment, because that means that something had to be disrupted for it to happen. And the elite people in that sports space had to get caught. They had to get caught sleeping. Right? It was like, oh, you got comfortable. Every college football fan loved the fact that Georgia snuck up and got Alabama. Because it was like, oh, Alabama, you got caught.
Yep.
You got caught. And then it's, well, what does the elite do when they get caught? Do they fall in line? Watch Dabo fight like a spider monkey. All right, he's fighting now because he got caught. He's not even the king of the ACC, right? And you go, oh, wow, Lakers got caught. They're not even kings of the West. They might be kings of LA.
Whoa, hold on.
Wait. What was that streak? What was the streak? What was the record? What's the latest streak? What you one of the last 13? Something? I'm just saying.
All right, hold on. Ready? Hey, count. Harrison, count. How many is this?
Yeah, you got 10.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how many is this?
5.
Okay. And then how many is this?
2.
All right. What is that?
You see what he's doing? You see
what
he's doing?
Hold on. What is that?
Deflection.
Hold on. What is
not
that?
Answering the question. See, listen, you can play that. You can play that nonsense with people who don't know better. But asked it. Here's Harrison. I asked a simple question to a grown-up, an intelligent grown-up. And we're so programmed to defend rather than just say, oh, it was so nice to finally beat the Clippers.
It did not matter. It did not. It's a preseason game.
Then what? Wasn't. See, now
it's like a preseason. The Lakers' regular season is literally the preseason.
Now you're telling an untruth.
No.
Right? Like you're literally like this is like it's so. Watch him.
For Laker fans, basketball starts after Christmas, sometimes even after Martin Luther King Day, or after the spring. That's when basketball starts.
That's got to be the greatest zag I've heard.
Right? Like
what? Seriously, ask any Laker fan.
There are no straight fans. There's no straight lines in what Haas just said. There's not one direct truth in anything he said. It's all this is the thing about sports. Ultimately, you have to get to, are you the best or are you not? And do you care?
Hold up. If you ask any Laker fan, they have one rival. They only have one rival. And it's the Boston Celtics. They don't care about anyone else. They literally don't care about anyone else. The Clippers do not matter.
I don't know that
I know.
it hasn't mattered until it does though.
Right,
When
right,
that-
like,
so
you're the
when has it
Lakers,
mattered?
And you're irrelevant
Now
during-
because you've been struggling and
yeah, get
like,
it,
in
Harrison.
what?
Get it, Harrison. Get it.
Okay, again, 10 plus 5 plus 2, 17. And then this, what's this?
Janet Jackson has a song, and
This.
the lyrics are,
Zero.
are it's poetic. What have you
17,
done
zero.
for me lately, Lakers? What have you done for me lately?
They won a championship 3 years ago.
Okay, so
I
then
know,
why
but
not
if you're going to
just say
keep
it?
going down this road, you're going to this is what a lot of Huskers have been through. It's not a fun road if you keep going down.
The
hugging onto
Huskers won a
greatness of the
championship 3
past.
years ago. The Lakers are like Alabama. They won a championship recently, and they're a juggernaut.
And they got caught. They got caught. They're not the kings of the West. They're not. And the panic, the look on a Lakers fan's face when you point out to them, you're not the most important team in the West. You're not even the most important team in California. Oh, how about them apples?
No
Like,
argument.
this is-
Golden State
right,
gets
like-
to talk more than LA.
Right,
But
so-
Clippers, seriously, the Clippers, they don't get to
I'm
say
just-
anything.
What was the recent streak that the Lakers just ended?
This they were on a let's pull it up here. I gotta
Hoss,
find their losing
Lakers
skid.
fan.
We're talking about the regular
I
season.
asked you a
The
question.
regular
We're gonna pull it
season.
up right now.
I
We're gonna
asked
get
you a
this.
question.
It's like talking
Why
about
can't-
practice. It's like
This
talking
is
about
like
the
Lakers
preseason.
fans. This is why people laugh at Lakers fans, because you simply refuse to deal with basic truths that you weren't good enough in the last 2 years. Okay. And you got caught. And you can either get caught and get to work, or you can get caught and make excuses. You're either or. You're either a way maker or an excuse maker. Who are the Lakers? What do
No
you do?
excuses. They have a bunch of new players. Once they get the chemistry, they will be very hard to defeat.
Oh, so you're making excuses. Okay.
Not,
so
not an
there you
excuse.
go. There you
Not an
go.
excuse.
That's what that sounded like to me.
The
I've said
Lakers they're on a 2-game losing skid. They're 0-3 on the road. They're 3-3 right now, right in the middle of the standings, and the Clippers are at 3-2, number 5, and the Nuggets, Warriors carrying it away. And
I guess the Suns should just stop playing. They're the worst team in basketball. Oh my gosh, they're 2-4. What? It's 6 games in.
I love it. See, this is what. So you imagine these post high school games where Hoss and I would get in the car and we would just rage at each other over the most inane nonsense. But it would just occupy it, because ultimately then we would get to it and we go, hey, we coached a hell of a game tonight. Yeah,
and you know Larry Bird's better than Magic, right?
Right.
That was
Like,
good
what?
coaching.
Right. Like to watch that, right? That. Well, listen, just Hoss. Here's the question for you. Text line. Let me know. If I asked you who the greatest player in basketball history was, the most successful player in basketball history was, is he a Laker or a Celtic?
He's a Chicago Bull.
No,
Is he the most successful?
The most successful.
And he's wearing green.
Most
No.
successful.
I'm not. It's not Bill Russell. It's Michael Jordan.
Wait. Why isn't it Bill Russell?
It's Michael Jordan.
Why? No. Again. Question.
swerving.
Question.
You
answer.
can-
You can't bob and weave this. It's a
I'm
question.
not.
It's a
No one talks
question.
about Bill Russell. It's Michael Jordan.
Everybody talks about.
No.
Russell. What are you talking about?
No.
What are you talking about?
Most people know. If you're gonna shout out Bill Russell, people know who he is.
I know
I
they
believe
know who he is, but the argument about the
Who has
greatest.
the most championships? Since you were
Okay,
counting
so then Robert
minute
Horry,
ago you were counting
Robert Horry,
championships.
one of my favorite players of all time, is better than LeBron, better than Kobe, better than Michael Jordan.
That's not what I said. I said
Yeah, he
most
has more
successful.
championships. Robert
More
Horry has
successful.
7. Robert Horry is pretty successful with his 7 championships.
What player, Celtics or Lakers, has the most rings? Most
All right, well,
championships?
Phil Jackson is the most successful basketball player of all time.
No. He's the most
Phil
successful
Jackson
coach.
has the most rings. No, he's got the most rings.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He's got the most rings.
No, he doesn't. Come on.
The shoulder just. You got anything?
Phil
Like,
Jackson has the most rings.
I will.
Michael
I will
Jordan had the greatest impact on the game. Michael Jordan changed the game.
Bill Russell was so sexy defensively that he made defense sexy.
I'm a diehard Laker fan, and I have like
What was
6
it, 11
Kobe
11
jerseys
in a
over
row?
there.
Is that what he got? 11 champions?
In a row.
Like something preposterous.
In a row.
Just back to back to back.
In a row. To say that Phil Jackson was a greater coach than Red Auerbach is an insult to basketball. It's an absolute insult to basketball. I'd like to just stop it.
17-17.
Stop it.
17-17.
What's 17-17?
The number of championships between the Celtics and the Lakers.
Between Red and Phil.
Who's more likely to win the championship this year, the Boston Celtics or the Los Angeles Lakers? Because if it's 17-17, this is a big year.
It's even. And I know the Celtics are really good, but the Lakers are a top 4 team in the West.
He's
Milwaukee's-
not going to give yours.
Milwaukee's the best team in basketball. Milwaukee's the best team in basketball. There's no way Boston is going to beat Milwaukee. You could save that and play that in June also.
Oh my goodness.
Milwaukee is way better than Boston. Boston
okay with
has
that, but
no
the idea
clutch
that the
players.
Lakers and Celtics are on the same plane. That's where I disagree.
Are you serious? Are you
Yes.
serious?
Oh, that's
Yes.
so good. Get him, Harrison.
Are you
I'm-
serious?
Get him, Harrison.
I would still
Get
want
him.
If the
Big
Lakers
stuff.
were in the East, they would be the 2 seed. No question. No question.
I don't know where it's just like
Look at
that's a lot
Hoss,
of
did you have
optimism.
wine this morning? Did you?
Okay, so based off of last year, who were the 2 teams that lost in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, I understand the Lakers lost.
Hold on.
to the Nuggets.
Who
was
both
sweet.
lost? Who lost in the Eastern
Celtics,
Conference?
Celtics in Game 7.
Okay, great. After what, a 3-0 lead? Okay, great. Awesome. So both teams lost in the same round.
At least they had a lead to begin with.
Both teams lost in the same round.
Oh, good.
The Lakers lost to the champion. That means they're better. The Lakers lost to the champion Nuggets.
Hoss understands that in the space that he's in now, you couldn't go to a barbershop in DC and ever say, well, at least my team lost to the champion. That is some participation trophy mentality at the highest. That's peak participation trophy.
Who has a
And the
3-0 lead and then doesn't win? You deserve to be
No, but you're
demoted.
also putting the
You-
Bucks on this pedestal, even
You
though
should
they're
be
the ones that lost.
demoted to the G League. The Celtics should be removed, relegated. Who does that? It's so embarrassing.
Oh,
And they're so
Yeah.
lucky they were handed Drew
we can
Holiday.
go back in Lakers history about some embarrassing playoff finishes and, Bird stole the ball. We can go through and just watch centuries and centuries of just like HBO did a whole docuseries on the screw ups of the Lakers, like in all of the things. But here's the part that Hoss misses. That's exactly my point. Is that elite teams, programs, organizations, when they get caught, they get to work. Like they didn't stay in what they were doing. They went, you know what? We need to change coach.
Mhm.
You know what? We need to repackage and rebrand our star player. We need to, we need to focus on the greatest scorer in basketball history. You know what? We need to go get him some pieces around him because that dude that Harrison's going to talk about in the future, that Larry Bird dude is here. He's coming and he's legit and he's a problem. Like we got to figure out how do we stop. You know what? We need one of those Dean Smith dudes. Like we need to go and get. You know what? Go and get me James Worthy because he's going to provide enough offset. You know what? Go get me Byron Scott because he's going to give Dennis Johnson some problems in space. You know what? Norm Nixon, you did your thing, but you're not good enough to get us through the Danny Ainge phase of the Celtics. So we're going to go make another change. That's the whole point of like the transfer portal. What it allows you, trades, what it allows you to do is to change how you're going to process. But in the end, most people get it wrong. They don't make the changes that are necessary for them to become champions again. I'm only interested in championship changes. Are you moving forward and up? And if the trade that we're like, if the trade makes you go forward from where you are and up, which means above where you're currently standing, then you can talk about it. But you never know whether that happens or is true until the end of the year. Sometimes in the end of 2 years.
So a couple things. One, Harrison, if you didn't watch sports in the 80s because you weren't born yet, then you could go catch any of the Lakers series on HBO and hear everything DP just said. There's no history of the Clippers to go watch because there was no history to watch. So that's one. Two trades that changed the landscape of the NBA and NFL. Damian Lillard going to Milwaukee is going to change the landscape. That is going to change the landscape. And then last year, Christian McCaffrey going to the Niners actually changed the landscape with how they went and won so many games in a row. Yes, I know Brock Purdy's the man, but trades do make differences. Will Chase Young be a difference for the 49ers? I think Trent, in words of DP, you know what? Trent Williams is a bigger difference maker. He's the guy who wasn't there the last 3 games, and that's why they couldn't protect Purdy, and he had to throw all those picks and play from his back leg with 3 defenders in his face. So yes, Trent Williams is way more valuable than Chase Young. But man, Chase Young and Bosa in the same defensive line, that's going to be sick.
We got to go to break here, but I do want to end on this from the text line from Don because it's perfect. This is the optimum breeze, and he got me as Austin. I think me and Austin must look alike because we're both walking in at 175. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, probably.
Nonetheless, it is Harrison on the board, but Don chimes in. This is the optimum breeze conversation level right here. DP laughing at frustrating Haas, and Haas still fighting through it with Harrison just sniping in with his comments to keep it rolling. That's exactly what I'm doing. We'll keep it rolling right here. We'll throw it to break here on the breeze. We got Haas, DP. We'll talk to you guys on the other side. Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Blecker and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Blecker and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action. The Inner Rail Food Hall all. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy non-stop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley. You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weekends. This is The Breeze. I'm Harrison running the 1s and 2s. Host as always, DP in studio, Haas streaming in. And Haas, I did figure out what the magic number was over the break while we're going through.
Drum roll, please.
11 straight losses to the Los Angeles Clippers. How can you call a team that you've lost until yesterday? How can you call that team irrelevant if it's 11 straight losses?
That's 3 seasons, 3 full seasons
of not beating that team and calling them irrelevant.
So if Roman Reigns loses it at house shows, but wins every WrestleMania, wins every WrestleMania.
No music playing. Why are you dancing? There's no
I'm
music
not
playing.
dancing. I'm just trying to explain how insignificant.
That man asked you a question. As I said, you weren't the Kings of LA. You couldn't even claim it. They owned you. Ownership, full.
Oh my gosh. The point is so wrong and so
3
bad.
years.
It's so bad.
3, you couldn't, Haas, if
so
you
bad.
and I met 11 times in 3 years and you went 0-11, the next time you say, like, I don't care what you do against anybody else. When you come see me, take that smile off your face. Like, you got a tip to, I don't care who you think you are with everybody else. If head to head, you get thumped 11 in a row, you're not the Kings. That's all.
It doesn't bother me. It's like losing to the Cowboys bothers me. Losing to the Commanders, whatever, who cares? Losing to the Clippers is not that big of a deal.
It is. See, that tells me that you're not. See, listen, I lived in LA. I was around the basketball community. None of that's true. Literally
Sacramento is more of a rival.
True. Literally none of that's true. In your building, especially for people that you share a building with and a town with and marketers with. You share sponsors with them.
We don't share. They borrow. They don't share.
Look,
unfortunately, there is some history about that with during the Sterling era. That's a little unfortunate. But
let's get the facts straight.
They literally shared everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
shared everything.
Yeah. The Lakers
that's-
cover all the Clippers championships before the Laker games.
That's more of a Sterling thing of him wanting to be. Yeah, we'll have our own, and then last minute be like, hey, actually, we'll hop in the same arena if you guys are cool with that. So like
11
that's more on Sterling than anyone
11
else.
in a row. 11 in a row.
Yeah.
Harrison. That's all. Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. All I'm saying, if there's someone who kicked my butt 11 times, I'm not going to go up to him and start with like I said, with a smile on my face. I think I'm going to take them.
Credibility matters, man.
Right.
Credibility matters. It just I don't even get that. I don't even get that. So listen, through all the off-season stuff, I appreciate that it allows people to reset.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, if you ask Tyreek Hill this morning whether that trade was a big deal, it's a big deal to the Dolphins. But does it change the Chiefs so much that they're not the Chiefs? And the Chiefs said, we're going to be active anyway. We're going to keep working for this. The Patriots got caught because they thought they were good enough anyway. And now they're sitting back reeling because they thought they were good enough. And they've made moves, but they haven't made the move that makes them the Patriots again. Right? The Cowboys have talked about it.
They're on that treadmill. They're going nowhere.
Like 4 different all-pro receivers, and you can't get it right. Right? So transfer portal, trades, recruiting, it's all popcorn. Like, I get it. I get the value of it. But the reality of it is, if you don't have something in play, if the grown-ups in charge don't have a plan for how they're going to be the best, I'm not talking about better. I'm talking about the best.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, like you can talk about all the NBA teams. Did anybody outshoot their coverage enough to make Denver go, huh?
No, that's the camp I was on, which does surprise because you were pretty high on the Suns with
Suns,
Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant.
Like, you did the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that tells me, okay, at least you're efforting it, but it doesn't tell me that you have a plan for how those 3 are going to be Joker. Did you get a Joker stopper? Did you get a Joker defender? Somebody that can make Joker run the floor? What did you do that's going to affect Joker to the point where the Nuggets aren't the Nuggets? Like, what else did you add to the table? Now, you added another scorer, another scorer, and another leader. So you did something. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think their idea is we got to outscore the Joker because I don't know if there's a guy in the league right now that's got the tools to stop that.
Yeah,
man.
and I'm not. So then it's, okay, are the Suns better than Golden State? Are they better than the Lakers? Are they better than the Clippers? And the Clippers said, well, not so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Not so fast. We're going to get another scorer who none of y'all like defending. That we know for sure. Now, we don't know how we're going to keep them out the club, and we don't know how we're going to keep the Kardashians out the building, but hey, we're going to give it a shot. But I don't get giddy over this stuff because the reality is it's lightning in a bottle. That's what's required. Lightning in a bottle for an elite team. Again, the Rangers didn't, their biggest move was 3 relief pitchers that nobody thought, sought, or cared about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the moves, but those are the right moves. That's what I'm talking about. Are you doing a thing to be the best? Otherwise, it's just recreation. So when you get to steak and potatoes, count me in. Count me in. Is your skipper a dude that's going to get you, like, I'll ask Haas this question. Is the Lakers head coach good enough for them to be the best team in the West? Can he do that himself?
Also, I think your mic might have disconnected again. We got you unmuted on our side. If you just go ahead and unhook it and plug it back in, we'll get you back in here. I do want to ask you about that though, because when it comes to coaching in the NBA, I think it definitely matters, but I think it's just that incremental increase in the playoffs, and that's all it takes. And that's why, like, it's not something to look down on lightly. Like, again, I think the NBA is more of like the players are going to have more of an impact on the regular season, but I do think it's just that small incremental jump, and that's why that head coach is so important, because it's really just for the playoffs to get you over the edge of those tight games, especially when you look at a team like the Miami Heat. That's kind of evidence in itself.
Yeah, I think for Haas, that's like, if you look at the roster, right? The roster has pieces. There's a difference between you having pieces in place and then having the pieces. The pieces in place picture is the Celtics. Then they just have to get the pieces to fit and then work when they need for it to work. Their problem is that. The Bucks said, we not only have pieces, but now we have all the pieces. And now we've got a whole season, and you can't consider injuries and that sort of thing. But there's a handful of coaches in the NBA. There are a handful of coaches in college basketball who are good enough. Tom Izzo comes to mind, that the talent only matters when they decide it does.
That's still one of the most surprising things, that Tom Izzo only has one championship,
because it's not easy to do.
Oh, it's incredibly hard to do.
It's not
and
easy
I
to
respect
do.
him as a great head coach. I'm not trying to take anything away from him.
Yeah,
but it's a surprise. It tells you, and then also March Madness adds to the bracket. That is insanity,
right? But so I asked Haas if the Lakers coach was good enough on his own to win. Let's say the Lakers are 5 games away, winning 5 critical games. When everybody knows they need to win those 5 games. I'm not talking about buried in 82 games, 81 games that you win 5 more. I mean 5 more, and 3 of those could be in the playoffs, right? Where it's just you, and you make the moves to get it done. Haas, does the Laker management have that in them?
It's too early to tell. Is my mic on?
Okay.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. It's too early to tell. Same with Milwaukee with the brand new head coach. Ham being there for 1 year, who knows? He got swept in the Western Conference Finals. Now, you could say with LeBron's leadership, you don't necessarily need a coach. LeBron's won championships with brand new coaches before, so that's not that big of a deal. There are other coaches, but it's the way the NBA treats head coaches, where they just fire you if you were the coach of the year before, or if you won a championship a year or 2 before. It's ridiculous.
Still looking for a job too, I think. Budenholzer. I don't think he's been hired by anyone yet.
And so people with championship coaches, Phoenix comes to mind, Golden State comes to mind, Denver comes to mind. So the championship coaches are few and far between in the NBA. So a lot of youth, I think Spoelstra's a good coach. Okay, there you go. So there's another championship coach. But other than that, there's a lot of young coaches for the Celtics, for Milwaukee, for the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. It is a wait till see, and especially when you talk about great players. I mean, you run into that argument all the time. Phil Jackson seems to have a pretty big role in a lot of those roles. What he's able to do for the Lakers, what he's able to do for the Bulls is just kind of, so you need that coaching presence, kind of what DP was saying, to get those pieces to actually fit. You know, taking Michael Jordan, trying to implement him into this new brand of offense, it was a lot of work. When we got a head coach, Phil Jackson, that's when those things kind of work out. The head coach to me in the NBA is always the most perplexing, because those guys get fired, like you said, so quick and fast. It just seems like the clock's ticking on a lot of them, unless you're Spoelstra in Miami, Popovich. Yeah, I mean, there's really hardly any jobs that are secure
because the rosters are so finite that if one piece is out of line in basketball, the coach is at fault. If it's 2, the coach has got to go. If 2 of your 12 are out of sync and not working, not fitting, the coach, hey man, you got to go. Football, you can have 7 or 8 of those.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't really matter. Baseball, you can have 4 or 5 of those and it wouldn't really matter. And you're able to move people back and forth pretty easily. NBA is a different beast. And college basketball is another one where people are starting to identify. It's coaching in college basketball and college football is this: when you need to win those games rather than the number of games won.
I agree with that 100%.
The first point that I brought up is, how do you win? And this is what we'll talk about after the break. How do you win 1-possession games? How do you win close games? What is the secret to that? Because it's been a rough couple years for Nebraska in these 1-possession games. We'll do it after the break.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that one after the break. The Breeze with Haas DP. I'm Harrison running the 1s and 2s. Talk to you guys in a little bit.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See club for details.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 7th is chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Krekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of The Breeze before we hand it off to the Nico Project. Haas, we got a little bit of time here left, about 5 minutes or so. I'll go ahead and hand it off to you. I know you want to talk about the challenge of closing out games.
Yeah, so whenever you're in close games, the difference as a coach, there's one word that comes to my mind. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Comes to my mind is discipline. Do you have the discipline to execute? Do you have the discipline to control your mind, to control your body, to make sure to not mess up, to make sure to go and do the extra things? Discipline is so important, and the teams that have the most discipline are the teams. Is that the case, DP, or do you think it's luck, or do you think it's something else?
It's never luck. John Thompson used to say it was sameness. That was the word that he used. Joe Gibbs talked about winning close games was about owning chaos. And he said that he had the advantage several times in his calm because he recognized early that nothing that happened at the end of a game hadn't been coached already. So why panic and why do something different? In football, if the play requires a block, make the block. If it requires a tackle, make the tackle. If it requires a solid play call, what we already have a plan, whatever the situation is. If it's 3rd and 4, we have a play for that. We have several plays for that. Then the circumstance shows up, and then people become chaotic because, now time's an issue. But the rules don't change based on time left. It's just being present. I need a first down, but I've only got 17 seconds. Okay, that's an extreme. He goes, but how rare is the extreme? It's very rare. So if we do everything that we normally do, and that sameness that John Thompson talks about is it a good shot? Is that a good shot? If you've defined what a good shot is, then those rules still apply in critical situations.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a bad shot, why are you taking it? If it's a bad shooter, why are you taking it? Now, the extremes are you have the ball in your hand with 1 second left and you have to shoot it. But there's a rule for that too. Shoot it. Like, that's really he said, you get into fouls and you get into penalties in football. You get into different at-bats, different defensive plays. He goes, quite frankly, if you trust your people and that you trained them and giving them not only taught them plays, but you taught them how to play. And if I've done that, then I don't stress in those moments. I don't stress in critical moments. I already know what I'm doing. And then it becomes, hey, if I didn't go over that situation, that's on me as a coach. But if you're a coach in a position of priority and focus, like you've been at a high level, I don't know how you got to that position without knowing that that's a thing that you need to train.
Yeah.
And that's where I think go ahead, Harrison.
I was going to ask, DP Haas chime in on this one as well. The stat, I'm sure a lot of people have already seen it. It's been going around like crazy. Every time Nebraska loses a close one, this one comes up. In the past 28 games or 28 drives where Nebraska was either tied or within one score, they've only won one time. I have 28 game-winning drives, quote-unquote game-winning drives. That many games, that many years in a row through the past 3 coaches, and it's kind of been the same result. Like, if you had to pinpoint that on anything, even if it's a broad kind of point, what do you kind of contribute that to? Because it is a little bit crazy to have 3 coaches and that is that result I'm not saying Matt Rule's not the guy, but just over and over and over again. I don't know if that's just in the DNA of the program, if that's just a hard thing to shake once you do keep falling on the wrong side over, and maybe, it's hard to shake that out of your head. But I have a hard time really just pinpointing anything that would lead to that many close losses.
So the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear all that is confidence. So if you have the discipline and you've practiced and you had the repetition, you gain the confidence, like DP says, and I talk about this all the time, through the repetition and practice, and then just changing the mindset. Oh, we've lost 27 of these 28. We're going to win 27 of the next 28. And if we just execute and do the things that we're supposed to do and be disciplined, not turn the ball over, not get a dumb penalty, not make these little mistakes, just do what we do and have the mindset. We're going to go drive and we're going to go win this game. It's easier said than done. I imagine professional coaches are saying these things, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm not losing this game. No chance.
It's here's the situation. Here's like you've scouted the team.
Mm-hmm.
And in those critical moments, you've already played the game. So you have tendencies in play. You know what the matchups are. You know what works. You know what doesn't work. At that point, just do what works. Like you get. I never have a problem with a coach who did a thing that they've always done in a critical situation because they had a reason to. There was trust built in. They had experience and knowledge of. The issue with the Seahawks in the Super Bowl was you did a thing that you don't normally do in that situation, right? You went outside of the norm and outside of your knowledge of, hey, we know how to get a yard. You got 12 plays, all with number 24 next to it, right? Like you can go through and do that. It's when coaches get cute. Cute gets you beat. When coaches get fancy. When coaches get outside of the moment. Look, simple. Go with the sameness. There's throughout the course of the day, you had 4 plays that gained 5+ yards.
It's just crazy. That Seahawks one too.
Yeah, you had 5 plays that
you got it. Can you imagine their face realizing it's not Marshawn? He doesn't have the ball. Thank you.
Like, what are you doing? And we see it all the time. And then it's just, if it's the right thing, do it. Like they said yesterday, well, there was a replay and we didn't really know that we should because of the time and situation. No, if you thought you were right, you saw the arm go forward with the ball in it, then throw the flag and demand that they look at it. If you're right, like that's the rule. You know the rule. You saw the play out. There are too many times you think about. I mean, I don't know why I go blind with it, but there's certain football coaches. Oh, Ron Rivera with the Commanders was saying, well, it was right in front of me, but I didn't know. Nobody told me that was a play we should review. How do you not know that? It's right. Like the play was right in front of you. Ball hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like run on the field, Mr. Official. I'll take a penalty, but that call was wrong. That's going to change the game. Fix it. There are rules to it all. Just be present. Do what you've always done. You know what works, and if it works, do it.
Seems easy, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about it. But last comment here before we get out here and set the road here for Nico project.
Execution. That's it.
Yeah. But that's the thing you've done so much that okay, if Haas is at the free throw line, count it. Do that. Do that. Get to the free throw line.
Let's hope in the future. Again, obviously Nebraska did take a loss, but this has been it for the Breeze. Up next, we got the Nico project, followed by a plethora of Sunday shows. Pretty much goes all the way up until 11 p.m. So be sure, don't go anywhere. Stay plugged into the ticket, ticketfm.com. I'm Harrison. That's Haas, DP. We'll talk to you guys next Sunday.